Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Gray Area here on the Black Man Unfiltered Network, simulcasting on the Sparta HQ Network. I'm Mr. Bennett with my partner, as always,
It's Sparta!
the Ghost of Sparta. And as you can say, he's just in his element tonight. He's got to put the Spartan helmet
Listen,
on and
Paul,
whatnot.
I haven't brought this on for in a while. With our
That is
special
true.
guest in the background, he's probably laughing his ass off right now seeing me like this. So I thought, why not crack it open? I haven't bronzed out over a year now. So
Oh boy, here we go.
Why not?
Well, again, we appreciate you guys being with us, certainly on the Gray Area tonight. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. In fact, go hop over to the Sparta HQ Network and certainly drop a like there as well. We appreciate any support that you give us, certainly on the show. Anything you want to offer to the Black Man Unfiltered Network, you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the Cash App for Black Man Unfiltered. And also, you can drop a super chat to the Black Man Unfiltered Network, and anything that you want to give to us personally, you can certainly drop a Cash App to us as well. We certainly appreciate any support that you're getting. But I'm definitely looking forward to yet. We got another one tonight. Again, we've been blessed to have opportunities certainly in this space to interview a lot of our veterans. And it just so happens that a lot of these veterans have gone into a new career, being also comedians. And, last week we had Joel Miller on the Sparta HQ Network. You can certainly hop over there. And the conversation that we had there, Joe Pacino, we had last week on the show. And what started all this off, we had Dwayne White certainly on the show. And again, he's been certainly very supportive of us. And again, our prayers and well wishes are with him. I know he had a little fender bender a few days ago, and but he's okay, family's okay, and everything. But certainly just wishing him well in his efforts. But we got another one tonight. Certainly looking forward to a very engaging conversation. And I may show a little bit of bias, but I must tell you, even though you may share my name, we may be related, we may be not. I don't know. I got to look at the DNA and got to find out if it's there. But he's not my son. I'll tell you that right now. This is not my son.
We're going to get into that in a minute.
Nobody be throwing stuff around that this is my son on the show, my long lost son. But certainly we're good to have him on tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Veteran, former Marine, stand-up comedian, and certainly it's a privilege to have him here tonight, Mr. Doug Bennett. Welcome to the Gray Area Show. How are you doing?
I'm all right. What's up, Mr. Bennett? Nobody told, I'm gonna be real. That was a great intro to your show. I've done a lot of podcasts, but that was a great intro to your show. I thought that I was gonna be on here with Michael McDonald when I was sitting up there looking at the very beginning. Like, is Mr. Sparta, is that you with the Michael McDonald beard and hair slicked back?
That was me, yep, when I was growing my hair out and donating it.
That joker looked like a Greek cocaine dealer that turned into an R&B singer.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting I'm not getting high anymore. Like, good Lord.
I was trying to make it like, because you see, I'm kind of more, again, a guy who put that whole slide cover together. He took that shot. I was on my Facebook, and that was me and my wife. We had a date night, so he took that picture. So
really,
I was trying to play it off like Miami Vice.
Yeah,
like
I see you. I see you.
You know that Miami Vice movie, the one with Jamie Foxx and I forget
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. So I was
I was looking at. I was like, who? I played. We got Michael McDonald coming on the show today. I was like, and then because you all of a sudden now you look like an extra from 8 Mile, and I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell done happened here? I was like, yeah, my man about to roast me up in this joint. His name is Clarence, and he come from a really good marriage. I'm like, what just happened?
Absolutely. But certainly good to have you on show.
I'm glad y'all have me on here. Thank you, Mrs. Right. No, what happened to the helmet though, bro? I love the helmet.
Oh,
I love the helmet.
So you got a fan. So you got a fan already. I was like,
my man is Achilles from Troy.
I tell you, he's Greek 100. Well, he might be Greek 100%. See, he's afraid to find out because again, I shared my DNA results on the show, but he's just swearing up and down. No, I'm fully Greek and whatnot. But
you've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
He won't take the test. I'm thinking you might have a little Italian, you might have a little Turkish, you might have a little.
No, don't. Hey, man, don't let him. Hey, you are the son of Zeus. You understand me? Don't you sit up here. Hey. Yeah, don't sit up here and let him turn around because he know Bennett ain't an African name, so he know he mixed with
Oh,
something else.
100%.
You,
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
yeah, you the son of Zeus, or at the very least Hades. Like, don't you sit up there. You, hey, damn it, release the Kraken on his ass.
I actually like this guy, Paul. Like, I was gonna bust you balls before I get who's the real Bennett needs to stand up, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, release the Kraken on his ass.
There you go. There you go. Want to also welcome our crew, and so we got folks already piling to the show. So again, Marianne Constantine, certainly my man Anton from Jersey. Jersey, stand up, my guy.
He ain't from Jersey. He's not from Jersey saying greetings and salutations.
Oh yes, that's my boy. We both from Jersey. Jersey strong. We stand up here. See my man here. See Mr. Bennett, Jersey, stand up. That's right.
Y'all from Connecticut. Don't nobody from Jersey sit up here and say salutations.
I don't know nothing about no Connecticut, bro. I know nothing about it, but he
just because you take the MTA don't mean you from the tri-state area.
But he does certainly give his he definitely gives his greetings to you as well. So again, good to have you guys with us certainly in the show, man. But let's get into this, man. So again, obviously, we've had the privilege of interviewing a lot of comedians, a lot of guys from the military. We love our military vets, and we love getting into the stories or whatnot. Oh, he does have a question for you though. All right, here we go. Taylor ham or pork roll?
Say what?
Taylor ham. If this is a Jersey, I think this is a Jersey question. So
I didn't say I was from Jersey. I just know he ain't saying greetings and salutations. Taylor ham or pork roll? I mean, you ain't it the same thing? Ain't pork and ham the same thing?
It basically is, but again, the name it's like some people say soda and some people say pop. You know what I mean? Like in the Midwest, they say pop, so that's kind of like a tell in terms of where you're from. Or if you say pop, you must be from the Midwest. I think that's what that is.
I'm a chef by trade. So as a chef, like when people say Taylor ham or pork roll, I look at them, you're from Jersey. I'm like, yeah, how you know that? Like only people from Jersey call it Taylor ham. Everywhere else in the United States, they call it pork roll. It's the same shit, really.
Yeah, pork roll. Pork roll, Twan. Pork roll.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Braxton, the State Fiend, in the building tonight. Good to have you with us as well, sir. But let's get into this, man. So again, certainly, Pete, you want me to lead off? You want to kick off?
I always like starting all my guests with one big question: what is your relationship with the military?
What's my relations with the military?
Relationship with the military. Yeah.
Oh, we broke up a long time ago. that bitch. That bitch. I'm still suffering for it now. I was in the Marines. I went to the Marines fresh out of high school. So I come from an era where it's either college or the military. And I was like, okay, let me do the military under the guise that they're gonna pay for college. But I did 2 terms in the military and in Marine Corps, and then I got out. And I was looking for something to do, and I tried a little, jobs here and there, but it just wasn't the same. So, I just decided to use my PTSD to make jokes.
Wow. So, what made you decide to choose the Marines, I guess, over other branches of service? Was there a recruiter? Was there a process? What was the thought process in joining that? Did you have people in the Marines already?
I bet $100 he's going to say the uniform. He's laughing already.
Yeah, man, it was. I ain't even gonna front. It was the uniform because my uncle was a Marine and he did 3 tours in Vietnam. So, but when I was growing up, he was like 6'4", 245. So when he used to have his old dress blue coat, and my aunt used to put it on me when I was in like middle school and high school because she's like, "Could you ever believe your uncle was that slim?" Yeah. And I was like, "Well, no." And that's why I came up with the fact that people was like, yeah, black don't crack, but I was like, it sure as hell expands. Yeah. So I was like, so after that, I was like, you know what, I might as well go into the Marine Corps, man. And it was the uniform. When I saw my first Marine Corps commercial, that was when they was doing the swords back in the day. Yeah. And I saw the uniform, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with that.
I grew up like watching military commercials. So the Army like back in the day, like I grew up like 70s, 80s. So it's like be all you can be in the Army, right?
Yeah.
So they had all these things, you jumping out of helicopters, you rappelling down mountains and whatnot.
That's exactly
and
what
like
I
you
thought
said,
too.
that's what I'm saying. When the Marines came out with their stuff, they had the one where the guy was like a knight on a horse or whatever, and then he got struck with the lightning, and then he flipped up and he transformed into it. They did some. I mean, they did a work on you, boy.
I'll be out in the courtyard in every electrical storm, hoping and praying that when I got shocked, I would be just like that.
Yeah, they did it.
How long were you in?
8 years.
8 years. So what made you get out?
The same thing that make any man do something stupid, a woman. A woman. We had gotten together probably my last year in, and she had had my son. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be away from him because I would have had to go to California. He was in Carolina at the time. So I was like, I'm just going to get out. And I was like, we're going to live forever and we're going to be happy and everything's going to work out because we have love. And that's not how that's not how it happened. That's not how it happened at all. So that was the real reason why.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now, are you you said you were in 2 times, there's certain places, I guess, theaters of war that you were in at the time, Afghanistan, whatever you can share. We don't want you to share anything that you can't.
I was actually in Africa during the Iraqi invasion. I was actually working with the State Department at the time during the Iraqi invasion. And it was crazy because if you remember, they was actually showing it on television. Because remember, George Bush gave this ultimatum talking about Saddam and all your people get out.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna give you 24 hours. And by that 25th hour, we were invading. I was like, this shit ain't gonna go to where you think it's gonna go, GW. Like this shit ain't gonna go to where you think it's gonna go.
Right.
So, but I was in Africa at the time on a different mission.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Now, going back, I guess your background a little bit. Have you always thought about comedy? Were you always into comedians and whatnot, or that was something you thought in the back of your mind you would do, or this is something that came? Because some of the guys we talked to earlier, there was like they always wanted to, or they went to like that. I think Noel, I think his first stand up was 12, 13 years old, something like that. I mean, some guys get on stage very early, and then life gets in the way, and then they kind of come back to it later. But did you always think you were, that you could do this, that you'd be funny at it or whatever, or just opportunity and time just create the opportunity for you?
No, I've always loved comedy. Like the first comedy special I ever saw was Raw. Eddie with the purple suit on.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I believe it or not, I have too much reverence for comedians. Like I still call myself an aspiring comic because it's something crazy because it's like I think being a comic is one of the most difficult and intricate things ever because perfect example, I'll use it like this. I believe a lot of people can fake it being preachers because all you got to do is get up there, hoop and holler and read a couple of scriptures and people, it takes somebody with a real spirit of discernment to be like, yo, he's not led by God, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, you can pretty much fool people.
Yeah.
But with a comedian, you have to bring, because, all right, perfect example, using a church analogy, everybody's there for a common thing.
Yeah.
But when you do comedy, it's like people are coming from different walks. You don't know why they're there, but you got to bring them all together to relate to the same thing and see life through your eyes.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yep.
So to see people, one guy with a microphone being able to wield a crowd with his words, his actions, his mannerisms, I always had too much respect for it. So it was never something that I wanted to do. It was always something that people said I should do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then and the funny thing about doing what people tell you to do is if the joint go right, they want all the credit. If the joint go wrong, they want none of the responsibility. It's like, no, hey, it's your life. You should have did, what you felt to do. So people were always pushing me in that direction, but I was very reluctant. And then finally, it just got to a point where somebody made me a bet to do it, and I did it. And it was one of those bets where it was a young lady that I was dating at the time, and she said, you should do comedy. She's like, if you get a standing ovation, then you got to pursue it. If you don't, I'll never talk about it again. And the one opportunity I had to shut a woman up, I failed. So there we are, 8 years later.
Wow. Wow. So talk about that first time getting on stage, or that experience. How long was your set, and what was going through your mind at the time and whatnot, and how'd you feel at when you came off the stage? I mean, was it
My
like a
first,
natural?
my first show was at a place called Positano's Restaurant in Bethesda, Maryland.
Mhm.
And it was actually the day John McCain had his funeral.
Okay.
And I was talking about how hated you got to be by somebody when they deny you their funeral from the grave, because that was Donald Trump's first term. And all former presidents get invited to somebody's funeral on the level of John McCain except him.
Right.
And and my entire 5 to 6 minute set was about him and what his funeral, what Donald Trump's funeral will be like, and how Vladimir Putin would be there singing "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. That's coming
Let me
hard.
ask this question. Like, your nickname, how did you get your nickname?
Honestly, it's something because people always say I have a weird way of looking at things.
Mhm.
Like I have a weird way of looking at stuff because I always try to take it from a vantage point of trying to understand everybody's aspect, everybody's side.
Yeah.
So my perspective is I pride myself on having an unconventional perspective, but a logical one or a sensical one, if that makes sense. Like I have a
Yeah.
very unconventional way of looking at things, but they always seem to make sense.
Gotcha. So, and you can see things, so it's not just a singular perspective that you're looking through. Like this
Of
is
course not.
Doug's perspective, that you taking it from a lot of different sides. A lot of guys don't do that. Like some people, it's almost like a brand where it's my person. Now, again, the perspective can be unique to that individual, but it's theirs.
Yes.
But you take it from the standpoint of, I can look at it from any side that you want and make something light of it, or you can make a joke or a comedy out of it, or what have you. I don't see too many guys doing that. It's like people want to be known for or recognized for a certain type of, like George Carlin, for example. Like, that's like, for me, he's on Mount Rushmore in terms of comedians. But he just had a very unique way of looking at the world, where it didn't matter what your perspective was. He got you thinking. It's like, man,
yeah,
you know
Carlin
what?
was masterful. He was masterful at the psychology or the science of comedy.
100%.
Like, one thing I can't stand is just the slapstick shock jock value of comedy. I love the fact of the matter that George Carlin was one of those people. Dave Chappelle has a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Being able to tackle social issues and putting it in such a manner that it can be broken down to, like we say in Marine Corps, we used to say break it down Barney style or break it down shotgun style, where you can feed it to just the casual fan.
Yeah.
So George Carlin is definitely up there.
All right. So now I got to, since we started on this path, I got to ask you then, your Mount Rushmore, or in Pete's case, he's always saying his Mount Olympus, because again, he comes from that Greek background. So
yeah. Let's
your Mount Olympus or your Mount Rushmore, however you want to do it. Who are your guys that you can just constantly just put in the the DVD or stream or whatever? You can just watch these guys nonstop or whatever. Who are your comedic influences, if you have any? I mean, or you just crafted a.
I would say my comedic influences are different than my Mount Rushmore, if that makes sense.
Okay, break it down.
So I'll start with my Mount Rushmore, and I'm gonna say 3 are probably gonna be no brainers, but the 4th will probably throw people for a loop.
Okay.
First and foremost, I'm gonna put Bill Cosby on there.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm gonna put Bill Cosby on there is because most people, there's a science to do. There's a reason why they call it stand up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even when your teachers, think about it in school, your teachers always walked back and forth because it constantly had you moving.
Correct.
It constantly kept your attention.
Correct.
Bill Cosby sat in a chair for an hour.
And you still were on,
and you were still on pins and needles listening to him.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand the greatness you have to have. Now, his extracurricular activities, that was William. But Bill Cosby, the greatness you have to be able to sit down in an auditorium on stage in front of a room full of people and treat it like it was your living room and do that for an hour. I'm sorry, he is definitely on there. Richard Pryor, of course.
Yeah.
His Sunset at the Strip, where he's in the red suit. That to me should be studied when it comes to stand-up. That should be studied. Especially when he broke down why he would never use the N-word again.
Yeah.
Like that was something else.
Yeah.
Of course, Eddie for different reasons. It's not that Eddie wasn't funny. It's just that Eddie, to me, is the characterization or the personification of the word it. He just had it.
Yeah.
Like there are certain people there are very few people in life where you look at and you be like, they're just it. I think Michael Jackson was one.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was one, another. Eddie Murphy just had it. Now, if you're looking for somebody to go toe-to-toe stand-up wise, I don't think most people would probably pick him if you're just talking joke for a joke.
Right.
But as far as it goes with star power, there's no one greater than Eddie when it comes to comedy.
Yeah.
And the fourth to me, it's kind of difficult because it could be a number of people. You could say Dave Chappelle with his social commentary. You could say one of my personal favorites is D.L. Hughley because I like his callback method. D.L. Hughley could call back and connect everything.
Yeah.
But if I had to say a fourth, man, probably the Mac Man, Bernie.
Yep.
Because Bernie was like your uncle.
Yeah.
Bernie was like your uncle. Bernie was like that uncle where you're sitting down just eating or you're sitting down playing spades and he's telling you about what he did last night. And all of a sudden you either get set or you end up cutting over your partner because you're too busy listening to his story.
Yeah.
So I would say Bill, Richard, Eddie, Bernie.
Not a bad list.
Not at all. Actually,
all four of those guys. Yeah, because when you said one that you might, so with the one you said that people may not get, what was that? Bill, the one because you said there were three.
Bill, yes, and the reason why I say Bill is because even prior to his extracurricular stuff, the stuff that pretty much tarnished his legacy. If you ask the majority of people know Bill more so for the Cosby Show than they know him for stand-up.
Right.
Like his stand-up, My Brother Russell, is a classic.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they really understand the monster that Bill could. I think they understand the monster. That wrong choice of words. I don't think they understand. I don't think. Hey, cut that out. Cut that out. I don't want no defamation of character. But I think if they don't understand who Bill Cosby was, like Bill Cosby was just everybody who's talked about him. They under the intelligence behind it, because this is a big misnomer about comedians. They act like we're clowns. You know, like we really don't have a level of intelligence that, you know, it's like we're the court jester or something.
Right.
It's like,
Bill was always sort of that first class. I mean, I'm like I'm probably the oldest guy here, so I go back to I Spy. He wasn't a buffoon in I Spy.
Thank you.
And even the original Bill Cosby, show, 1970, where he played basically a gym teacher in the school. Again, he was not a clown buffoon guy, you know. And even again, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids was when I really kind of got into him growing up as a kid, seeing him there.
Remember the Brown Hornet?
Exactly. Yeah. But his his commentary during the show. He was trying to teach you something. So he
Yes.
used the humor of the cartoon, but then he would go into his live bits and he would talk about situations and whatnot as well. So at every level, you never saw him as the guy with the pie in his face.
Yes.
He wasn't that kind of comedian. And I'm saying I'm not,
and he didn't, and
against,
this is a big thing too. He didn't curse.
Mhm.
Because no offense to any comedians or anything, but one of the worst things in the world is for a comedian's punchline to rest on a profane word.
100%. 100%.
It's one thing if it complements the joke, but to complete the joke, it's one of those things where it's like, it's like, okay, let me just throw this expletive out here.
It's cheap heat. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap heat. Yeah.
And for Bill Cosby to put out multiple specials, 1 hour, and not curse, and we're not talking about some dude from Middle America. No, this dude was from Philly.
Mhm.
Okay, like this dude was from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is the same state that booed Santa Claus, like the same city that booed Santa Claus.
Right.
Like they threw beer bottles and snowballs at referees just because they did their job, and it just so happened to go against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
Like they don't play in Philly.
Right.
And the fact of the matter that you have a man who is college educated because he went to Temple and graduated.
That's right.
And on top of that, never allowed his intelligence to take a back seat to his comedy. I really and truly believe, like I said, separate the controversy.
Yeah.
Just him as an artist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I don't think you can find 4 to 5 other stand-ups better. I mean, better, objectively better than him.
Right. Right. What was your thought?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
So what was your thought? Because I know he did start to get, before all the stuff came out, he became a bit of a critique of current comedy and culture and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And
like
people kind of turned. I
Raw.
thought it was kind of sad because I didn't think anything that he was saying, like, I don't think it was meant to be vicious or anything like that. But again, his whole platform was about upliftment. And I thought he said some things. I think just like your uncle, he has a right to say it. You may not agree with it, but I just thought some of the criticism that he got, I thought was a little over. I thought it was a bit much. But I think if anybody had the right to earn the right to say or have a commentary on where things, and from his perspective, where things were going, it would have been him. But what was your thoughts on when that stuff went down?
Well, it reminds me of a statement that I heard, and it's even relevant to our current crazy commander in chief. You see yourself be the hero, or you live long enough to become the villain. It's one of the two. And I think with Bill Cosby, he saw himself live long enough to become the villain. And like we were talking offline, the villain isn't always the bad guy.
That's
a
right.
lot of times he's just misunderstood.
That's right.
Like perfect example, we look at Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars buff, and you guys can understand that.
Yep.
Anakin wasn't a villain. He was just a misunderstood dude who, if you study his backstory, his entire family was taken from him. He was raised and he was never shown any love. And the one person who did love him, he lost.
Yeah.
So it's like, it wasn't like he was just out here arbitrarily being evil. He was a dude trying to channel his pain and his hurt.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, 100%. And so, which made his arc, just to kind of finish that off, his return arc, his redemption arc, that much more
so satisfying and so gratifying in Return of the Jedi. Exactly. So with Bill Cosby, what happened was we saw this black man who was a representation of everything that was anti what they tried to make us be.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
yes.
When the Cosby Show came out, that was like it was like you said, we'll go back to the days of I Spy, Cosby Show, all of that stuff. When the Cosby, the original Cosby Show, I Spy, Fat Albert, that was him climbing the mountain. The Cosby Show from 84 to 92 was him at the summit.
Mm-hmm.
If he had faded off into the backdrop, I don't think we could arguably find a more influential black man, unless you're talking about straight activists. I don't think you could find, if he had just faded
in the
off into the
entertainment
backdrop,
space. Yeah.
it would have been different. Because remember, we started going to colleges because of him and all that other stuff.
Right.
But once again, like I said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And I think what happened was we saw Bill, a hit dog a holler. So anybody who had an issue with what he was saying usually fell into that. Because it wasn't like Bill Cosby was somebody who was cussing and telling people not to curse. Like I said, Bill Cosby did not curse for an hour. So it wasn't like he sat up here saying stuff. Like, perfect example, they get mad at preachers. If a preacher has the audacity to say this is how you're supposed to live, and his life reflects that,
right?
You know, I think one of the most relieving things for people, and I'm just going, and this is where me being Mr. Perspective, I think one of the most relieving things for people was when the conspiracy of Bill came out, when all of that came out, the controversy, because then it had them be able to divert what he was saying to his actions.
Yeah.
Acting as if what he was saying wasn't valid.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
No, it certainly does. And I know, again, I'm not a conspiracy guy necessarily, but it just so coincidentally, it seems like a lot of this stuff started to come out around the time when he tried to make a major pitch to try to buy NBC.
You know, I don't think the thing that kills me is everything is a conspiracy when it feeds into the narrative that people want. But if it doesn't feed the narrative that people want, then it's a coincidence. So the fact of the matter that he was trying to buy that, people see it as a conspiracy. But the people who didn't want him to buy it, they see it as a coincidence.
It was the timing. That's what it was. You know, the timing he was going to buy it and all that happened. It just, people love to make stories up sometimes, man.
Yeah, because I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you because I think Damon Wayans said it perfectly. I think Damon Wayans said it perfectly in one of his interviews. I don't know if it's the Breakfast Club or not, but he said, name a time in America that a black man has ever been that free to do what he did.
Yeah.
Good point.
Especially during the time where he was actually getting his bones and becoming famous and things like that. So it was a very, so I definitely agree with you. It seemed very conspiratorial. But for those who don't want to indulge in that and wanted to see him as the villain, it's just a coincidence.
Gotcha. Just want to acknowledge Mariana's comment because you were talking about comedians that don't curse like good ones. I was a big fan of Sinbad for a lot of years because a lot of his commentary, his comedy was very, very funny, and he kept it clean as well. So that just showed me
he even says that Bill Cosby was a great influence on him.
100%. 100%. You can take it away, Pete.
So I like the factor that you say, the it factor. That really stuck out to me because a lot of people don't recognize the it factor. You know, a lot of people have it. And I have a double question here for you. So the first question I have for you is, when you transition out into the military, into comedian, how was the transition? And how did that transition came to your personal life from, military to personal to the stage?
That's a good question. Great double question. I'll give you half of an answer. When it comes to the transition from the military to comedy, it was only challenging because in the military you're so straight-laced. You know, I was one of those recruits in boot camp who constantly made their drill instructors laugh, but I wasn't trying to do it. It just happened.
It was
So what I did was I tried everything in my power to bury my humor. Like I did everything in my power to bury my humor. So when I came out of the military, the transition to being a civilian again was challenging enough. The last thing I wanted to do was kind of muck the waters up by bringing humor into it, because humor is so subjective. What I find funny, you may not find funny. So you always take a certain risk by interjecting humor into stuff. Now, when it comes to my personal life and things like that, I found it difficult at first because it was like, man, how open do I want to let people in? Like, because there has to be, the one thing I've realized about comedy is there has to be a level of vulnerability that you have with the audience.
Right.
The audience has to feel, that's the reason why I tell people there's a difference between being funny and making people laugh.
Mm.
You know, because if you're sitting around with your friends, there's a level of vulnerability you have with them because they done known you. They done walked through life with you. So it's easy for you to be funny with them.
Right. Right.
But to go in front of a room full of strangers and make them laugh is completely different.
Yeah.
See, you know, it's easy for you to, I tell people this all the time. A crackhead is funny. But I ain't gonna put his ass on stage for 15 minutes because after a while, asking for $5 to get high ain't funny no more.
Yeah.
So it's like when you open that can of worms up to be a comedian, there has to be a level of vulnerability that comes along with it. It's like it's a I think of everything in life like the basic relationship between a man and a woman. You've been married for, you told me, 29 years.
This is we're in season 29.
How far do you think that would have gone? My condolences. How far how far do you think that relationship would have gone if you did not have a level of vulnerability with your wife?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's
after a while, you can be superficial for maybe the first year.
No, yeah.
But after that first year, it's like, okay, I need to know who the real Mr. Bennett is.
Yeah.
You have less time with the crowd.
Yeah.
You have less time. Like I just had a show where I headlined it and you got 30 minutes. Bro, you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute to be superficial with them.
Right.
If they don't grasp you after that 1 minute, it is going to be it's going to be like ice skating uphill for the last 29 minutes.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
It is difficult. So there has to be a level of vulnerability. So to answer your question, I know I kind of went around Mount Olympus.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Kind of turned the mole into a mountain Olympus. But yeah, I just want to let you know I'm more comfortable in my skin now. Like I talk about any and everything because the one thing that I know is that we have more similarities than we do differences.
That's right.
So I'm not the only person who sits up here and you can't perform sexually the way you used to. Like that's just the way it is. And on top of that, as your sexual peak is going down, your woman's peak is rising. Like that's how I know God is a woman. Because it's like, yo, like really now that I know what to do in bed, I ain't got that much time no more. Like now I know what to do, God. Yeah. So it's like, so it's like sitting there having those type of conversations. Same thing with your children. Every last one of us love our kids, but at some point in time, we don't like them. So it's so being able to be vulnerable with them and things like that, it's a lot better. So I actually appreciate the walk and the plight that I have in it, because now it's to a point where it's like, I have no problem getting up there and telling it. And I'm glad I have a woman who's supportive enough to know, babe, I'm sharing my life. And since you part of my life, you gonna get shared too. So
we've talked about that with a lot of comedians as well, especially the guys coming out. The one, again, and you just validated again, with your lady, that their support is pivotal. I mean, we talked to Dwayne when, he's just coming out 20 plus years in the military, and he's like, I think I want to try the stand-up thing. And his family was like, go ahead and run, do it. We had Joe Pacino on a couple weeks ago, same thing. We had Noah Miller on, same thing. It's like your woman can have so much impact on especially when you're at this period of your life, when you're transitioning out, and you might be at a crossroads and whatnot, and you could be like, and you got the go ahead. So again, you're just validating again, because again, another guy here, because especially in YouTube space, everybody's saying there's no more good women out there. All the men are trash. Men are trash.
Well, whenever you make a point, Mr. Bennett, I got to connect for it.
That's what you were doing.
What is he doing over there?
You make a point, man. I just got to connect.
Oh, that's dope.
Hey,
that's dope.
You ain't lying.
That's dope. I appreciate it.
You done made 3 good points so far.
I appreciate it. So I mean, talk about that. I mean, again, the power of a woman. You get the right woman, the one's going to ride or die with you and be like, look, go ahead and be you and do your thing, man. Talk about the power of that and how that's made the
And if
difference
you
in your
could
ability to get where you're at.
follow up with that question is your woman involved with your stand up any shape, way, or form?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Real talk. I truly believe the problem in the world, and just allow me to get a little philosophical. I believe the problem with the world today is everybody's out of place. I believe a lot of these people in the communities that you talking about, whether it's the red pill, blue pill, whatever, everybody's trying to be Morpheus. Everybody's trying to be Morpheus, and they come out looking like Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Like they're all parroting the same thing.
Yeah.
But everybody acts like they're Morpheus. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And what the problem is we have gotten into this matrix where everybody's trying to be something that they're not instead of being who they are. You got men trying to be this way, women trying to be that way.
I need my Connect Four. I need some. I need a bell. I need a bell tool. I need something. Thank you. I need,
so it's the truth. I mean,
I'm just
for
gonna
real,
do
man.
I'm gonna wave this at you. I'm just like you in church, you preaching, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, send that collection. As a matter of fact, put my Cash App down there with the gray area support. Because there ain't no gray area in my pocketbook. It's black and white. Okay, black and white, broke and broke. But the thing about it is, man, everybody's out there, and what happens is the reason why you got these individuals who have these horror stories when it comes to them is because either they were out of place or the person that they found was out of place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why you have these horror stories, because you got round pegs in square holes or square pegs in round holes.
Yep.
But when you find the round peg and you put it in the round hole, you see how easily it slides through. You know what I'm saying? And for all the ladies out there, you catch the double entendre. So you catch the innuendo. I just learned the word, y'all. But you see how easily they go together and how easily they work together. So honestly, having the right woman is almost a cheat code. It really and truly is, because it's not so much the fact of the matter that this is what people need to understand. Real power rests behind the throne. And I think as a man, speaking from a man who has a good woman, women don't understand how much power they have when they're in their proper place.
Mm-hmm.
And men don't understand how much favor they'll have on their life when they're in the proper place when it comes to their woman. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why you have so many men out here who are successful that can turn to the woman in their life and be like, yeah, she's the reason why, or she's a driving force behind it. Like a couple that I love so much is Denzel and Pauletta Washington.
Yep.
Because whenever you hear Denzel talk, oh man, Denzel says nothing but, yo, having a good woman. These Oscars wouldn't mean nothing. These roles wouldn't mean nothing if it wasn't for Pauletta doing what Pauletta does. And the good thing about women like my woman, Emka, who I know, Dwayne's wife, is that they have no problem not being in the spotlight.
Yep.
They have they are so fulfilled being in the backdrop. They have no problem being in the backdrop and things like that. And so that to me, having a woman who understands the role that she undertakes and how it will bless us all by pushing me is probably one of the greatest things in the world.
Absolutely. Talk about because you mentioned certainly Dwayne and his wife. How'd you meet Dwayne? And were you a part of? Because I know he does the training, the boot camp for comedians. Were you a part of that? And again, talk about the relationship. I actually listened to one of your comedy bits when you guys went. I think you guys were going to a locale or whatnot, and he was driving. He was saying some things to you and whatnot. But talk about how you met Dwayne. And were you member of his boot camp for comedians again? So these are for veterans coming out. I think it's a 6 week course that guys come out. So were you a part of that? And just if you were, then share what that experience was like. If you
Oh
were
man,
okay.
no, I wasn't. It's called ASA. I wasn't a part of that. I met Dwayne actually through one of my cousins who's now deceased. Rest in peace to my cousin Juanita. She told me to actually go to the Electric Palm and look for a guy named Dwayne White. Now, for all people out there, okay.
Oh, here it comes. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead. I said the same thing. Go ahead.
When you hear the name Dwayne, first and foremost, let me explain something to you about Black people. Black people do some of the most unnecessary things with the names of people. We'll either put a hyphen in it, an apostrophe in it, or just randomly put a capital letter in the middle as if it accentuates the pronunciation of the letter. Like my younger sister, her name, and she spells it literally. Her name is Deshandra. She literally spells it like this: capital D-A, capital S-H-O-N-D-R-A. She's 37. Now, it's one thing to spell it like that when you're 7. But 37, I don't think the capital S matters, but she will spell it like that. Yep. So when I heard about Dwayne and they spelled his name, capital D, E, capital W, I said, oh, okay, I'm going to meet a 6'4" brother who is a Muslim that's on parole right now, and comedy is the only way he will not go back to jail and end up shanking somebody in the shower. That's exactly I did not expect to meet a 5'11" white dude from Illinois. I just didn't. I did not at all.
Exactly. And he did the DEW. Like if it was DW, like Dwight, I would say, okay, I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it. You know
yeah, but it was D-E capital W. So I was like, the only other Dwayne that spells his name like that is Dwayne Wayne from Hillman. Yeah. I was like, so I'm expecting to see a brother who's either real good at math with some flip-up glasses or a real muscular Muslim who's trying his best not to shank people. I did not expect to see who I saw. That's how I first met Dwayne. And what's crazy is whenever we went somewhere, we went to a show in Ohio one time. We were staying at an Airbnb. The woman, of course, was white. She comes up to me and says, so you must be Dwayne. I'm like, oh, okay. You must be Dwayne. I said, no. I'm Doug. He's Dwayne. He's Dwayne.
And that is
I wonder how often that happens to him. It makes me think now, like how often he walks in, you know, you got a black dude on one side, a white dude, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Dwayne."
No. You have no idea. I'll put it to you like this: it was easier during the Trojan War to tell the difference between Spartans and Athenians than it is to tell the difference between Doug and Dwayne for some reason. So I was like, I don't know why.
Right. So talk about his like how he's been how influential or helpful, because I know he's doing a lot of things. He has the boot camp. He's also working with, and also the group that you have, the Best Medicine Brigade group, which I think both you guys are part of. So talk about how instrumental he's been in helping you as far as getting established and, you know, connections and things of that nature.
Man, Dwayne ain't. Let me stop. Dwayne has been very influential. Like, just from a standpoint of not, you know, comedy aside, Dwayne has been influential in the fact of when you're in show business, you have an obligation to reach back and pull some people forward.
Yes.
Not a lot of people really think about that because for some reason people think success is so finite.
Yeah.
They think there's only limited spots. With a guy like Dwayne is very much against that. Like if Dwayne vibes with you, sees something in you, Dwayne has no problem literally vaulting you into certain positions. He has no problem reaching back and helping you out. And to me, that is something that is very, very admirable with a guy like that. Because like I said, in show business, man, people are so afraid that you're going to take something from them that ain't even theirs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like remember back in the day, there would be this girl in school and she likes you and the guy who liked her got mad at you because she actually liked you.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like, bro, we were both at square one with her. It's not like you were trying to talk to her and I player hated. No, she just chose me.
Right.
But with Dwayne is like, nah, man, I have no problem helping you get to this point if I see that this is what you desire to do. I'm just not gonna sit up here and exhaust resources on a person who's not invested, who's not putting the work in. So the one thing that I admire about him is the fact that he, to a certain degree, has helped me in this comedy game immensely. He ain't gonna see this, is he?
Probably.
Yeah, don't show him this because I don't need him to know
Okay,
how
we'll cut
special
that
he
out.
is.
We got
cut
a
that
note to
joint
the
out.
editor.
He
We
already,
cut this,
you know
cut
what I'm
this
saying, bro?
segment
He
out.
already white. He privileged. He know how special he is. He don't need, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand.
I'll do you a favor. All right, a personal favor. Listen, hear me out. I will send this personally to him myself.
See, now I'm gonna have to go out here. I'm gonna have to go out here and start a BLM protest so my people don't think that I done changed on them and stuff. No, but he's been a great help, immensely in the fact of sitting down and just crafting, because it's a comedy is like anything. Yeah, you can make it off talent, but after a while, it's like the guy in basketball who jumps the highest, or the guy in football who runs the fastest.
Right.
Yeah, eventually, yes, you have natural attributes, but you got to find the ins and outs. You got to find out how to craft it. You got to get better at your craft, and he's helped me a lot with that, just by running ideas by him, material, things like that. So he's been very instrumental in helping me get to this point.
Right.
So my question for you now is going to be a two-part question. The first question is,
you just be asking two-part questions. Like, what the hell are you? Mario Puzo and this the Godfather 1, 2, and 3? Like, damn, man.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Listen, you're my first guest. Literally my first guest that got the button. You should be proud of yourself. Nobody ever got the button but you. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, we did reverse psychology. Don't worry, sir. Don't worry. Why would you want to leave this plantation? It's good here. You don't want jobs out there. Why would you want to work for money? We pay you for free. Yeah, okay, buddy. No, go ahead.
So when you write materials, let's walk us through the process.
Okay.
And has ever you've been, you're at an event, you're up there on a mic, and you lost your crowd? How hard is it to get them back?
Have you ever been broken up with a girl?
Multiple times.
All right. You tell me how easy it is to her to realize that this is the time you ain't gonna lie no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's like, man. I mean, losing a crowd is not the difficult part about it. The difficult part about it is not recognizing that you've lost the crowd.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Sir.
Like I always tell people this. Women will let you know when they're about to leave you. The problem with us as men is we're so damn tunnel vision. We don't realize that shit until the only thing left is wire hangers and mustard.
Yep.
That's the only thing. Like the bitch took the sheets too. Like damn. Like you don't realize that until you come home. Like you dropped the bomb on me. What was that Gap Band song?
You dropped the bomb on me.
Yeah, you dropped the bomb on me. Like, damn, you just gonna leave? So that's the biggest thing. It's not losing the crowd. It's not recognizing when you've lost them. Because there have been plenty of times where you'll say a joke and it doesn't go over. But then you'll have certain comedians who's like, no, I'm gonna hammer this joke home. Y'all gonna get this joke. And it's like, okay, now all you're doing is pushing them further and further and further away from you. Instead of recognizing that, okay, this joke didn't work. Let me pivot to something else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now there are circumstances where a joke may work with a crowd and certain not, especially if you work in different areas. So how do you work that when it says, okay, well, how do you make that pivot? If you know someone's working, but for some reason in this crowd, it ain't, because again, we got guys who work with military crowds. I don't know if you've done USO work or what have you, but we got guys who do all kinds of audiences and stages and whatnot. So how do you pivot that when something may work really well in Omaha, but now I may go over here to Brooklyn, and this doesn't drop the same way. Is that what's that process?
Well, if you really think something that works in Omaha is gonna work in Brooklyn, bro, you gotta let me know.
I'm trying to use
Either honey ham or pork roll. Like, which one is it? Taylor ham or pork roll? Like, which one is it?
Use an example, sir. But yes, for sure.
What I would say is comedy is one of those things where it's like you have to be very, very fluid. If you notice, like, yeah, water will penetrate any rock, but a lot of times it'll go around it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times in life, yeah, you could hammer a joke home until finally you get some laughter, or you can just go around it. A lot of times when it comes to figuring out what it is, like you almost have to be part psychologist as a comedian, because you've got to go into this room with these strangers and immediately diagnose the situation.
Yep.
Immediately. Like, let's say, perfect example, you're a feature act, okay? And you got 15 minutes as a feature act. How much time do you really think you have to diagnose this crowd to figure out what it is that they're gonna like and what it is they're not gonna like? If you got 15 minutes, more than likely you've got maybe 1 or 2 minutes tops. The other 13 better be jokes on jokes on jokes. You know, you should somebody told me you should average a laugh every 60 seconds.
Gotcha. Yep.
So you're talking about, if you got 15 minutes, you better spend no more than about a minute to figure out what this crowd is and how to immediately grasp their attention, especially in a day and age now where social media has trained people to such a degree that you're only going to capture their attention. You only got 30 to 60 seconds to capture their attention. After that, it's like, okay, what do you do now? So you honestly, whether you're in Omaha, whether you're in Brooklyn, whether you're at church, whether you're at the USO, granted, there's going to be different material for different places. Like, I wouldn't go up in church and start talking about my sex life.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to diagnose it to such a degree that if you are going to venture into something like that, you got to be able to put it in a manner where they're going to grasp it, but it's not going to so much sully where you are. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
100%.
Yeah.
So one of my questions were, how do you go by your process of writing new material?
Honestly, I'm one of those people where it was crazy, because I was reading this book about Jerry Seinfeld, and he actually dedicates about an hour to 2 hours, I think, a day writing material. I don't know how he does that. That's something that's, I can't even grasp that. A lot of times it's inspirational. It's hearing something or seeing something and then writing down the premise or the idea of it, and then going back and crafting it over and over. Like, I think of it like a sculpture. Very few sculptors add more clay to it. They look at the clay and they see the sculpture inside of it. Right. And what they do is they cut away all the excess until you get the David, or until you get this, or until you get that. That's my inspiration with writing. I put a big block of my thought on paper, and from there I craft around it. So eventually the David will come out of it.
Gotcha. In addition to the stand-up, do you have other interests or projects like you like to do, like video shorts?
I strip,
improv, and things like. You strip?
I strip. What?
I didn't want to go to that.
Well, hey, listen, America. This is the reason why he want to come out here. Yeah, this is Black United Network. And then as soon as I tell him how I'm united as a black man, he start laughing about my network. Listen, I strip. Yo, stop laughing, bruh. See,
But one
did
of us-
anybody laugh? Hey, Sparta, did anybody laugh at Leonidas when his ass took 300 motherfuckers with him? No, they didn't. They probably should have, but they didn't. But I'm one person who strips, and this fool keep laughing at me.
I don't know where that just went. I'm trying to I'm trying to pull it back together. Yeah, tag me. Yeah, tag in.
Thank you. I'll talk to you, Mr. Sparta.
Okay, what do you geek out of?
I have an OnlyFans page. Okay, and I actually read Bible verses naked. It is called "His rod and his staff shall cover me." Come on. So I can't. They said in the Bible it said David danced until his clothes fell off. So why do I need to get dressed when I can be naked before the Lord? So it is an OnlyFans page where I do Bible study naked.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard from the
y'all terrible, man.
So hey, so you didn't want Dwayne to hear the other stuff. So we can record this.
Wait, it's only for women now. Okay, it's only for women. All right, it's only for women.
So we got to split it out for women too. So this segment, we're gonna take this segment out, and this is for the women, and then the other side we're gonna take the part out about Dwayne, and we're gonna be working overtime trying to get this video out. That's all I'm saying.
So only thing they're gonna have is an introduction and a benediction.
Cut off this live.
I know some guys. Some guys might be following you too on there.
See, why you got to make it messed up? See,
shout out to our guy.
Why you got to make it messed up?
Guy, What We Know podcast, my man from Detroit, in the house tonight. Good to have you here, my brother. Good to be here. And I got Wally. Wally's also is also in the house tonight as well. Appreciate you being here, Wally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, my question to you. Okay, we know you're a Star Wars fan, but what else do you geek out of? Like, are you a gamer? Are you into comic books? Anything like that stuff, like pop culture stuff?
Porn.
Okay.
I have
it's not. It's like, well, man. Well, what's about 90% of men are into porn or something like that. So I mean, I don't think we break the ground.
Yeah. But I like to think of myself as the 10%.
Wait a minute. He might be into anime porn. You don't know that.
Man, I don't know. They got this one where Freddie is with Velma. Oh, bro, tell you right now. Talk about mystery machine. No. Honestly, I'm a big health buff. Like I honestly go to the gym. Like I'm right. That if there's ever a time period where I need to clear my head, I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym a lot.
What kind of workout do you like?
Dab on that.
Workouts,
say again?
Workout. Oh, kind
of.
Oh
no, not no CrossFit. Them jokers crazy. I go up that CrossFit stuff is crazy, man. I just do basic workouts. Like my woman, she's a fitness trainer. So my biggest thing is always trying to stay healthy because diabetes, or like our grandparents used to say, the sugars, that runs in my family. So, it's one of those things where it's like I try my best to try and negate that. She takes it a little far. Like there was one time I bought some gummy bears, and that's like my favorite candy. She rationed them shits out to me. Like literally, like I was a 5-year-old. Like she gave me a gummy bear every morning before she left for work, and then come home and be like, "Oh, who was a good boy? Who was a good boy?" And my dumb ass is like, "For a gummy bear." But that's my biggest thing is I'm into fitness. Fitness is my biggest.
Okay,
fitness
so who are your 5 top favorite bodybuilders?
My top 5 favorite bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Well, that's a difference. I mean, he could be in the fitness. He may not be in the bodybuilding, but I mean, that's like the extreme of the spectrum there. But if you are in the body, yeah. I mean, I'm also in the fitness. I watch the Mr. Olympia every year. I mean, I'm sort of into it. So Lee Haney, Ronnie Coleman, all those guys back in the day. But
let's see. Lee Haney was cool. Of course, Ronnie Coleman. Females. God, I'm trying to think of her.
Linda Murray.
She's a brunette.
Body.
It was Jillian Michaels until her dumb ass got on CNN and said only 2% of people own slaves. It was her, but I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta take you over there. Who is another person? God, man,
So you're not
I
talking
know
about just the bodybuilders per
Arnold
se.
Schwarzenegger is the easiest thing to say,
Yeah.
but I definitely got down with I cannot remember her name. Her name was like Kara or something like that. She's she's a brunette or something. It started with she was in the Eminem video Without Me. It was two girls that was on his bed in the beginning. It was
Oh,
this blonde
yeah,
chick and there was
yeah,
the
yeah.
other one.
Oh, I'm having a brain freeze right now, but yeah, I know
You
you're
know who
talking
I'm
about.
talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was cool. She was cool.
Gotcha.
But then, for the most part, it's just being going on social media, seeing exercises that I like, and then I'll save those or I'll send them to my lady, and she'll be like, "Okay, this is a good one to do. This is a good one to do. This one not so much." Things like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Want to talk about your and this is a question that I typically like to ask guys. And first of all, how are we doing on time? You good on time? I don't want to keep you over.
Yeah,
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 we're
I'm good.
respecting time.
I'm good on it.
All right. One question I'd like to ask, especially for the veterans, the ones we've been privileged to ask, is I try to ask them what has been, if you've had one, your gray area. See, a lot of times what happens when we talk to vets, like you go in, you're kind of gung ho. You go in, you're innocent, you're young, you think military is going to be great, like you were talking about again those Marine commercials back in the day with fire and everything. You're just going to be in your uniform and all that. And then you're in it for a while. You've been in campaigns of war. You've been in certain things, and you start to see the world a little bit differently, like how just being in the service really changes your perspective from what you came in. And so sometimes it skews it. We've had people who talk about, how they look at religion because they've seen all the different religions around the world, how they see geopolitics has changed. And sometimes you may, go in thinking that, again, like, even America, like we're on the right side of good and God and justice and all that stuff. And you may see some things that's like, I don't know. I mean, you talk about your uncle, one of your relatives was in Vietnam. A lot of those guys came back. It was like, what are we here for? And so I always like to ask vets that who've been in for a while, you've seen a lot of things that 99% of people don't see. Was there a gray area that you came to where you maybe started to have some doubts about your service or just really what's going on, or it opened your eyes to things? You got woke, so to speak, in terms of what's really going on in the world. So, and I know that's another heavy kind of philosophical question, but I always
No,
like to
no,
ask
no, I
those
get it. I
questions.
get it.
Yeah.
I really don't think we understand how really blessed we are here in America.
Mm.
I truly don't. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no such thing as a perfect country. There isn't. And I know people will look at me and they'll be like, "Oh, you black. You supposed to find what's wrong with this country." Okay, I get it. But I will tell you this much. As a person who has lived in other countries, the stuff we complain about over here ain't jack compared to what they live with over there.
Mm.
I remember I went to a country one time, like I hear a lot of people or a lot of women, they go on these podcasts and they talk, so much about how oppressed they are and how this, how that, especially today, you know. And I've been in countries where I have literally seen women get struck in the middle of like a plaza or something, and people are walking by as if like, and I'm sitting here and I'm so Americanized. I'm like, yo, is somebody gonna do something? And it's like people are just like, I remember one guy who's just like, yo, you mind your own business over here. That's his property. And I'm like, property? Like, Jesus, like I can't even use my woman back in the States without somebody saying, my, what you mean, my? So it's like, things like that. It also gives me an opportunity to see that maybe, just maybe, we in America don't have the market cornered on morality the way we think we do.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times in life we have this hierarchy morally or ethically where it's like Americans or Westerners,
Yep.
and then there's everybody else.
Yep.
And sometimes going over there, you find some of the most friendliest people in the world. And it has absolutely positively nothing to do with the way you look, with what God you serve or whatever. It just has to do with the heart of that individual. You know, like I said, I've had I'm fortunate enough to have been in a lot of countries, Korea, Japan, Okinawa, both sides of Africa, East and West, Europe, and the way people really act over there, it's something that we can learn from. Now, granted, I get it. They have some primitive ways. We in America are fortunate enough to have at times the best and worst of everybody's culture. Right. So it gives us a lot of chances to progress in ways that a lot of people are stagnant or seem to have regressed. But a lot of times, just morally and ethically, I think there's a lot of things we can learn from other cultures and other countries.
I agree 100%. Personally, me growing up in a different country, I agree 100%. And I hear from a lot of people, oh, I'm going to move back to my country. Go. The door's right there. Don't let you hit into the fucking big ass of yours.
Yeah.
And they always find something to complain about. But when you get there, you're going to be moving back. You're like, shit, I fucked up. And I personally get annoyed when I hear that, because I grew up in Greece, like I told you guys before. And yeah, Greece is not too bad. I'll admit that. But it's nothing like here. You have a lot of more opportunities here than you're going to ever get overseas.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. I think the problem with people is people are constantly looking for this utopia or oasis. That's or right. this place of perfection, and there is no place like that until we get to heaven. Lord, shatala boshit. But have you ever had somebody like that? They just start breaking out in tongues for no reason.
100%.
Man, I tell you, these greens is great. Oh, you be like, bro, come on. But like you're saying, though, I think a lot of people are looking for this oasis or this utopia that doesn't really exist. Right. There are pros and cons to everything. There's positives and there are negatives. There are challenges to everything. You just have to figure out. I was telling somebody the other day that kills me. They was like, man, I'm gonna leave my woman because of her bullshit. And I said, and you're gonna get with another one, and she gonna have bullshit too.
And I said, so. A lot of people don't want to face that.
I've never understood that. I'm gonna leave my woman. I can't take her bullshit. Okay, and you're gonna stay single for the rest of your life? No, I'm gonna find another one and deal with her bullshit too. That's like somebody saying, I'm tired of Hondas. I'm gonna get an Acura. It's like, they made by the same damn company, right?
And we were talking about, again, the red pill, blue pill. I mean, you had the passport bros, and I made the comment, we on the show the other night. I was saying all these guys who, talk about, I'm going to go to Taiwan. I'm going to go to these places to get someone or whatever. And one, first of all, I'm not seeing receipts. I'm like, you should, all these guys who left, okay, where the wives, where the kids, all these, you should be making all these happy videos because you found the one. But it's like, now you just creating content, but there's no receipts to show for this. You think you can just leave here and your problems will be solved. Sometimes the problem is you.
Yeah, I would say it ain't no different than a person in the NFL. Trade me. Okay, go out to the market and see what it. All right, you know what, man. And then as soon as they sign that, that deal with the team they told to trade them, they get on that press conference like, you know what, I never wanted to leave. This is where my heart is. I love it here. Like, shut your ass up. Nobody else wanted you. Shut up.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we got to do. I mean, that's if I. Say anything as far as my marital success, it's about acceptance. You got to learn to love that person that you're with.
Yeah.
And then recognize that they got to love you.
Yes.
And as long as you can get off both of your high horses about I'm the ish and I'm this and that, and where would you be without me? It's like, nah, we're better together.
Yeah. That's the one thing I appreciate about my woman. She take me with all my stuff. And I deal with her with all her stuff. I told her the one thing I can't tolerate is don't talk to me while you're in the bathroom.
Thank you.
Do not talk to me while you're in the bathroom. We got, there's a living room, a dining room, a kitchen. Hell, we can even talk in the do not talk. Do not wait until you in there handling business to be like, you know what I thought about today? No. I don't want to know what you thought about right now.
I don't need to see that visual. It just messes with my. I mean, if me and my wife, if we about to get independent or whatever, it's like, look, you go do your sandal stuff and come out, and then I'll go. I don't want to be. I don't want to be in the shower with you.
I got to keep you on a certain pedestal.
I can't be in the shower and I'm coming out and you sitting on the throne.
If I know something inside of you made you smell that way, I'm serious. You don't understand. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, that's the only way you last 29 years is never to have to bring toilet paper to your wife. That's the only way you last.
Yes, you better take it on the way. I'll throw one. I'll be like, get my arm one. I'll throw it to you like a quarterback. I'll throw you.
I'm dead serious. My mother used to. My mom traumatized me with that because every real conversation we had was in the bathroom. Come here, let me talk to you about.
So that's trauma.
Come here, let me talk to you. I'm like, nah, you don't need to talk to me.
That's trauma. I'm sorry. That's you need to be.
Yeah, man. Write a note and slide that shit under the door.
I know, right?
That's why that text message now. Just here, just text me it.
Yes, I'm serious, man. But why would you wait till now to want to talk to me?
Thank you. Yeah. We figured a few things out, and we're still figuring things out, and I think that's the other side of it as well. Because I'm intentional with my marriage in that I say I'm in season 29. I treat my marriage like the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
No, you treat that shit like an SVU episode.
No, NFL.
Don't.
It's
Baby, I gotta go to the bathroom.
We in season 29. So because most people would say, well, I've been married 28 years, but I say season 29 because it helps me focus on this year. Forget everything that came before that. We got to live now. Our kids are pretty much grown. We're kind of becoming empty nesters. It's a new day. So I can't live on what we did before. If we break up now, the way I look at it, it's like it's a failure. You know what I mean? So my thing is I want to enjoy the time, the season, the year that I'm in presently right now.
America, let me explain something to you about bald black men who wear glasses. They go deep for no reason. Like you can always tell when a black man try to make calculus out of simple arithmetic. Oh, how long you been married? Well, we're going into presently, my brother, the 29th season. And what I would like to say is the conglomeration of the way, the mastification of way we simulated our relationship was beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, right, Mr. Sparta? You understand that? Because see, you could be at the base or the summit of Olympus. You understand that? See, I found my Hera and I'm Zeus. You be like, what the hell are you talking about? You can tell a brother that just read a book. You can tell a brother that just read a book.
I'm saying it works. It's worked for me. Listen, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. How about that?
I've been breaking his balls for the last 3 years about this. He knows.
I'm for real, boy. He's super intelligent. This I guarantee.
The ball thing. Professor X, Charles Xavier, X-Men.
If he was Muslim, his name would be Jamu Jameo.
You talked about Morpheus earlier. So again, it's all. Oh, and by the way, I am on this network. We have a
oh boy, here we go.
We have the 7B network here, right?
You want to play your theme song too?
No, you don't have to play. You don't have to play that. It's you taking all the connect for us. But just to let you know, I am the president of the bold and the beautiful, the benevolent ball brotherhood of the Black Man Unfiltered Network. That is a thing. You can look it up. So we
America, I didn't glitch. I just want you to know I didn't glitch. I'm just in amazement that you know what I'm a connect for it. Go ahead, bro.
This is why This is why we call him the president, and he has a president theme song.
I know they was like, did Doug glitch? No, I'm just shocked. He said he put all them B's together.
Now, I don't know what my Steelers fan has anything to do with it, especially my team is losing. This is the second This is like two out of the last 3 Sundays. I'm a diehard Steeler fan, and my team is losing, and we look like we're on our way to losing again. So I can't. I ain't
trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that at all, bro.
Well, you're
I'm
Ravens.
a Washington fan.
You're a Ravens. Oh, okay. Well, I'm good with that. I don't mind.
Of course, you're good with that because the Steelers have been perpetually good.
We've been average for some time, but again, I can't say if you're a Ravens fan, we'd have a problem.
Steelers I'm a
Ravens
Washington
is an
fan,
issue.
and we just got our butts
so I'm saying we good. I'm good with Washington. Doug Williams and the crew. I go back.
Negro, Doug Williams was like 40 years ago. Hey, America, he didn't say Mark Rippon in 1990.
I just said Mark Rippon.
He said
RG3.
Williams.
I said RG3.
Oh, RG.
And we just turned the ball over too. So yeah, this game is done. So again, we just turned the ball over.
Greece ain't got no football teams, do they?
No, I'm a Jets fan. That's even worse.
Oh, yeah. What you need to do is take a jet back to Greece. They probably got better football teams over there.
Soccer, technically, but
the real football, right?
I hate being. I'm gonna tell you right now. I said it once, and I will say it again. I understand why Native Americans forced us to change our name in Washington. When you lose your livelihood and your land, the last thing you want to do is be associated with a team that can't win on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, let's hit below the belt too.
I'm just saying, man, for real. If we won Super Bowls, you think they'd be caring about us calling ourselves the Redskins? They're like, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Oh, Jay, the latest one now. Current commander-in-chief, he wants a new stadium named after himself. You heard that one?
I don't care what nobody say. I love that dude. As a comedian, I love that dude, bro.
Yeah.
He gives you sound bites when you don't. Have you ever met somebody who gives you stuff you didn't even ask for?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, he's it. He's it for me.
Don't give it. 100%.
What would make you think that they go? Could you? I couldn't even imagine buying season tickets to the Donald J. Trump Stadium. Could you imagine that? The Donald J. Trump Stadium? Bruh.
You know what would be worse? The worst is like when you're walking in, you're saying to yourself, I'm inside, Donald Trump right now. When you're in the stadium.
Yeah. Well, the gold posts are going to be in gold, though.
All you're gonna do is end up saying
they'll have golden goalposts. So
the problem with being in the Donald Trump Stadium is that you're gonna be forced to say exactly what you feel.
Yeah, let me ask you this question as a veteran, and we don't really like talking about politics, but I want to bring it up a little bit. How do you feel about the whole shutdown and out getting to left wing, right wing, all that bullshit?
Oh shoot, that shutdown ain't nothing new. My mama used to come home in the 80s talking about I ain't coming here to do nothing. I didn't have to work all day. Leave me alone. Like I was used to a shutdown. I think the biggest thing with me when it comes to that is how it's getting to a point now where it seems like we in a big ass Sims game. Because I don't see how y'all can disagree that much. To the degree where you basically want people to work for free while y'all sit here and sort y'all egos out. Like I'm just gonna say it. This is a dick measuring contest. And in this day and age, you don't know who has the dicks, but it is a dick measuring contest. That's all this is. And the fact of the matter that innocent Americans, I don't care what side of the aisle you on, the entire congregation is struggling.
Yeah. And
the fact of the matter that you have 535 people who were sent there to represent 300 some odd million people, making it all about them under the guise that it is about the 300 some million people that they're representing. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, there comes a point in time where it ain't about you no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when it comes to parents. Once you have that child, it ain't about you no more.
That's right.
I mean, granted, they're gonna get on your nerves. They're gonna do shit you don't agree with, all of that stuff. But I guarantee you, if you ask them kids, there's a lot of things we do that they don't agree with.
True that.
And they don't have a choice. So if you are the person in charge, which is what those 535 people represent, then it's up to you to figure out the best way to represent the individuals who've literally put their lives in your hands. And I find it egregious that these highly educated, ridiculously compensated, because let's be for real, these jokers make 6, some of them 7 figures, and even more offline. They can't come together and for all the dollars that they get, none of them got any common sense. And that bothers me. Say again?
What bothers me the most is they're still getting paid the whole time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And now they're finally talking about, let's put a bill out there saying, hey, if the government shut down, we don't get paid either. But I don't think it's going to pass personally.
No.
But if they're in the comfy little seat, they took their little break. They were off for another week. They went back. And we're like, man, you guys take a lot of time off for somebody when the government shut down. Then this is an urgent manner. Like, what if they didn't if they're going to reopen the government tomorrow? Planes might be flying out of the sky very soon because we have no traffic controllers out there.
Nah, I'm dead serious. TSA went from Transportation Security Administration to take that shit aboard.
Yeah,
I saw somebody walk through. I saw somebody walk up there with like a 2-liter and Pepsi. It was like, hey man, take that shit aboard. Until I get paid, take that shit aboard.
Yeah.
You can't blame them for feeling that way because they.
No, I really don't. I really don't. And that to me is the most egregious part about it all, is the fact that you've got these, like I said, you've got the livelihood of millions of Americans in the hands of 535 people. And you're telling me that y'all have such a disdain for a party that you don't care about the people. Like that's the part that gets me. It's almost like a husband and a wife who have such a disdain for each other. They don't want to pay none of the bills in the house.
That's right. So
the kids are sitting up here in the dark with no heater in the winter with no food, all because this fool didn't put the toilet seat back down. It's like, really? That's where we at now in America? That's where we're at. Hopefully that answered your question.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the future a little bit. Where
he had another baby, or did Sierra finally go back?
Oh God.
No, you said we talk about future.
I said let's talk about the future, particularly your future.
Oh, my
your
bad.
Future.
Russell and Sierra forever. My bad.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. Except not as long as he's not a giant anymore. I think he should retire now. Step off the stage. We're done. Sorry, Russ. It didn't work in Pittsburgh.
No, send him to the Jets.
Hey.
Bro, y'all ain't got
that's
no
just
damn
a subway
quarterback.
ride. That's a subway ride over. I can't I can't argue with that. But look, the Jets won it today. So hey, so
who they beat?
They beat
the Browns.
Oh, the Browns.
Cleveland. Oh, they had a bye week.
They beat two. They helped me out. That's my only saving grace is the Jets because they beat the Bengals and they beat the Browns. So
they had a bye week.
So I'm glad about that. But let's talk about your future in terms of where you're going. Projects that you're working on, and just talk about the grind. Meaning, like how often you're on the road. Venues that you want that's on your wish board, like venues that you haven't been to yet. So where's the future looking for Doug and your brand of comedy and where you want to see things going in the future? And again, I just want to say thank you again for being on.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate
very engaging. This has been fun. I haven't laughed as much on an interview ever. So let's talk about that. Talk about what's going on with you, upcoming projects and whatnot, and just talk about that grind that on the road and venues and whatnot, and and where you see this thing going.
Well, future, man, honestly, I'm somebody who doesn't speak on the future much. I like to stay in the present. Because with me, it's like I always had my future planned out, and then in life, it very seldom goes how you planned it.
True.
It's one of those things. My grandma used to always say, "God laughs at those who have plans." You want to make God laugh, tell him what your plans are. My biggest thing in the future is to have a platform to be able to bring people together. That's all I care about. Because I think people use differences to divide as opposed to finding similarities that bring together.
That's right.
And the thing that kills me is we're more stronger together than we've ever been apart. Like, what I'm saying, going biblical, a house divided against itself can't stand. So I want whatever my platform to be in and out of comedy to be a place of unifying people, not pacifying, meaning I have to downplay my intelligence not to hurt or offend you, but to a certain degree where it's like, look, man, we all want the same thing, is to live and let live, to be successful at whatever it is we do, as long as it is not hurting somebody.
That's right.
So that's my biggest thing when it comes to the future. Projects, right about now, I'm kind of shutting it down towards the end of the year because just trying to relax a little bit for the holidays. But my biggest thing is hitting the ground running. Like I started this year doing an international tour. And I definitely want to expand upon that. Starting in 2026, I want to do more. I want to do more traveling as far as it goes overseas with comedy and things like that, building my brand and everything. I'm not too sure what it is I want to do as far as it goes with projects because everybody's looking to do specials. Everybody's looking to do podcasts. I want to be able to do something that speaks to the audience that I have. I'm still trying to narrow that down because I'm only 8 years old in this comedy thing.
Right.
So it's like I'm still young, comparatively speaking, with other people who are more established.
Right.
But as far as the grind is, I love it. I love being on the road. I just did a Ocean City, Maryland casino gig with Dwayne. And just being on the grind, I love it. Like I love every part of it. I love the creative process. I love not knowing what it is I'm going to say, not knowing how it's going to go over to the crowd. But once I get up there and it does go over well, or I could use some tweaking here or there, I love that process. I love being able to do that. So I just want the sky to be the limit. I know that's very cliche-ish, but it's the truth. I don't want to cap myself because I've always capped myself. I've always been reluctant to want to dream because thinking to a certain degree what would happen if it doesn't come true. But now I'm getting to a point where it's like, well, what if it does? So if that makes any sense, I kind of just leave my future open and I put it in God's hands. I pray about it. And whatever I do, I just want to be able to know that it's purposeful and it's what he wants me to do.
Amen. Amen. Now, you just mentioned something that we didn't get a chance to ask earlier in the show. How do you deal with, or have you had to deal with a heckler or going back and forth? And what was that for the first time that may have happened? How did you deal with it? Is that and certainly have you improved if that was a rough time the first time? Have you improved in that area, or what have you learned in terms of if you're dealing with not just an audience, this is not laughing, but you got some people in the audience and they just on one? How do you handle that?
Honestly, I have always been a joner. So it's like that's definitely old. I've always been a joner. Gotcha. So it's like I'm not one of those people.
Your mama.
you if you come at me, you better have the barrels loaded because I'm one of those type of people where it's like, all right, go ahead, man. All right, go ahead. I'm very passive. Like passive because I'm not one who likes conflict in the sense of it's unnecessary and everybody loses. This is the one thing that people don't understand. Comedians really don't get heckled that much. And this is the reason why. Because if the crowd likes you, they'll turn on the heckler. So this thought process that a comedian has to always fight at the heckler, shoot at the heckler, that's really a misnomer to a certain degree.
Right.
if you are good with the crowd, especially if it's a paying gig, most people are like, I paid to see the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get the crowd on your side, they'll more than likely take care of the heckler. Like, yo, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll take care of the heckler.
Right.
Also the venue. The venue is another thing, because there should be lines of defense before it ever gets to a point where you as the comedian have to address the heckler.
Yeah.
The first thing, the host should always let go over the ground rules. Hey,
Gotcha.
y'all, don't heckle, don't interact unless the comedian is interacting with you. Number two, getting the crowd on your side. You get the crowd on your side, they'll handle it themselves. But number three, and most importantly, is a security. Security should be able to come up there and be like, hey, bro, you gotta bounce. So heckling, yeah, it is a part of the game, but I don't believe it's as prevalent as people think, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, I've also seen, and just in the bits I was able to watch leading up to the show, you're also pretty good at interacting with a crowd. You know, some people, but will pick on and say, "Hey, there's a couple in the audience. Where you guys from, or whatever?" And you just able to bounce. You're pretty good at that, at least from the bits that I was in. How do you enjoy that versus just having a set and you got jokes or whatnot? But how is it interacting with a crowd? And was that something that kind of came naturally to you, or was that something you had to kind of build over time?
Nah, I love interacting with a crowd, because I break everything down to the simplest form. It's like being on a date. Have you ever been on a date with a woman? Well, it's been about 45 years.
I know, 50 years.
Yeah, it's been about 45 years for you. I know. I don't know if your wife gonna see this. Why he still remember that bitch? So
I'll be honest with you, he probably doesn't even know how to talk to a woman anymore.
He better not. He better not. His wife will cut his tongue off. Yeah,
I'm out the game, man.
Yeah, his jersey in the rafters.
That's
his jersey
right.
in the rafters.
Right.
But I think of it like you're on a date. Like, people want to feel a part of the show. They want to feel like they're a part of it. Like, it's almost, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you're talking to somebody, they would rather you make eye contact with them, ask them questions. So it's an interactive conversation. It's a dialogue more than a monologue.
Correct.
So when I'm dealing with people in the crowd, it's like getting them involved, because when you talk to somebody, it's like perfect example. You always got ear hustlers around. So it's like when you're talking to somebody, you can always know that at least 2 to 3 other people are ear hustling your conversation, and they already formulating an opinion in their head about what it is you're saying. They may not even know the crux of the conversation. But in comedy, you have the luxury of being able to have everybody involved in this conversation.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, everybody can give their opinion. And their opinion is given through either their laughter or their jeering or their quiet, things like that. So it's one of those things where it's like being interactive. It's like an organism. It's like a responding organism. You give it water or you give it this. It's like a science experiment.
Yeah.
There's the crowd is the variable.
Right.
The control is the comedian. Because you have your jokes, I'm a scientist. So I'm sitting up here doing an experiment with this crowd. And the best way to do it is to single out maybe a group or a person or a couple. And from there, it'll determine how the rest of the crowd or the rest of the organism reacts off of it.
Right. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's certainly something. And like you said, I mean, the Dozens or the Joneses, as we used to play back in high school or whatnot. I mean, that's something, but it's like I said, it's a skill. You get better the more you do it and whatnot. So seeing you do that, I mean, it's definitely something I picked up in your comedy. You're very natural in front of people, very much at home, and that also comes from a sense of self, a self-assurance of who you are, and just from when you're talking, whose you are. Your spiritual foundation as well. And that also is a powerful driver in terms of what you do.
Now, to the Greek on here, it's like when you pray to Zeus. You understand what I'm saying? And Zeus talks to Poseidon, and then Poseidon talks to Athena, and then Athena talks to Dionysus. See, you ain't think I knew that, did you? You ain't think I knew that.
I didn't think you were that smart, to be honest.
See, you
Oh.
see, you see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
see, it's okay. It's exactly why Achilles died in Troy. All right, so but yeah, that's pretty much what it
drop
is.
that
So.
GG history on you, bro. Definitely, but
Yeah.
we've been going here a good minute here, so we're going to try to start to land the plane.
Yeah.
Certainly put the landing gear down as we
You mean land that jet?
land that jet. Yeah.
The only problem, we're never going to land in one piece with no air controllers.
No, right? Take that shit aboard.
Now Anton, that's not right. All right. First of all, we've interviewed.
He said a smart marine. Hey man, hey, block him. What kind of shit is that?
We even try to tell the guys ahead of time because we interviewed almost pretty much every branch now, right? Army, Marines, Air
Navy.
Force.
We have not done a Navy yet.
We haven't done it. All right, so we're looking for a Navy yet, but
we have not. Unfortunately, we have not. We have not
to maintain the order in here. Try to have guys play nice. We got one guy, Mandrell was in there earlier. He's a former Green Beret. And anybody,
man, let me see the beret. I'm so sick of that shit. Let me see the beret. Let me see the beret.
No, don't get him started.
So again, everybody's got digs at other branches of the military and whatnot. Like I said, we had our first National Guard last week, and
so he took time from making people respect curfews in DC.
See, he's a retired National Guard, by the way. But
they retire or do they quit?
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like you guys just have this healthy banter between you guys. You
really want him to get going? I got going from it. Like, let me ask you a question: do you consider the Coast Guard part of the branches, or the Air, or Space Force?
He's pausing
once again, America. That's not a glitch. That's not a glitch.
I got him good. This one. Yeah, I got two now.
Next wars in. There you go.
Do I consider Coast Guard part of the military
and Space Force?
Oh, Space Force, hell no, hell no, hell no. We barely know what's going on this planet. Why the hell we need to check somebody else? Coast Guard, I would say Department of Transportation. Don't they they usually take people back? Don't they take people back?
From my understanding, we're talking to
what the hell does the Coast Guard do?
They are supposed to patrol the waters for traffic control. I mean, drug control. So they're supposed to stop drugs coming in the country, and they're supposed to help when crab fishermen are being too stupid to go, drop anchor. Yeah, they're the ones who rescue their fat asses out of the water.
I think you answered your question on whether I consider them a military branch or not.
No, I want to see your reaction. I know the answer was. I want to see your reaction.
Coast Guard, because when you're in the military, you can get sent anywhere. Because I've been to certain places, they don't have coasts. So when you're a Coast Guard, how can you go somewhere that ain't got no coast? And the only places that got a coast is pretty much us. So you get stationed in where? Florida? Texas?
Alaska, mostly.
Oh, man. Hell no. Hell no. I'm fighting insurgents and you fighting polar bears and penguins. No, I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that.
Oh, man.
I'm good on that. Coast Guard my ass. I'd rather take the Space Force.
All right, Pete, you want to ask?
They fall under DHS.
All right. I want to ask you one
last time they fall under the Navy. So, yeah. So, all right. So, go ahead.
Question I always ask every guest I'm done here.
Brace yourself for this one.
All right. It can't be that bad.
All right.
That's not that bad. It depends how you answer it. It's not up to me. It's up to you.
So this is a trick question. You've been asking 2-part questions all night. Now you're going to give me one part that's trick.
Yes, it is. One part. So, tell me the most funniest story that happened to you during the service. And it's no limits. You can say whatever you want.
And we've heard some doozies in the last few
days. The funniest one so far is about dog porn. That's all I'm going to say.
Dog porn?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man.
As well as taking
Funniest-
a dump in the middle of a sandstorm in Iraq. That's another good one.
The
That's
funniest
nice.
story. I
in
mean,
the
there was a
usual.
lot of them. I remember we was in a monsoon one time in Japan, and we went out there and played football in Kevlars and flak jackets, but nobody completed a pass because we couldn't find the fucking ball.
Yeah.
There was this girl, my man Frenchie. We called him Frenchie because he was a French dude, but it was crazy. He had a French accent, but he ain't know no French. It was the weirdest thing ever. So we just called him Frenchie. And this dude woke up one day, and we went out to the club one night and was like, "Yo, Frenchie, we gonna get you. We gonna take care of you, bro. It's time for you to ingratiate yourself in America." And he's like, "All right, cool." And we took him out to a club out in what was it? I think it was we call it the Hook and Jab out in Jacksonville, North Carolina, around Camp Lejeune. And we took him out there, and he found this one fine chick. Oh, she was super fine. And she was just beautiful. And she was just she wouldn't give none of us no play. Like, we went to try and holler at her, she wouldn't give us no play. But for some reason, when he spoke, she loved his accent. She loved his accent.
Right.
And they were together all night, and he was drinking and she was drinking. So they start making out on the dance floor. I mean, bad chick, bad chick. So he was like, "All right, y'all, I'm going to go back with her," and blah, 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 yada, yada. So dude went back with her, and we was like, "Where is he?" So the next morning came, we went to his barracks room, and he wasn't there. So he calls us, and he's like, "Yo, come out of town. I need y'all to pick me up, but you just come, Bennett, because I need to, So I go out there, and I'm talking to him, and he's just sitting in the corner, kind of his head is on the bed, and he's just like this. And I'm like, "Well, what happened? Where's the girl at?" He's like, "It left." I was like, "It?"
Oh, no.
What do you mean it left? He said, "Nothing happened, but it almost did." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Well, we get back and we get hot and heavy, and all of a sudden I'm kissing her, and she's feeling on me, and I'm feeling on her, and
Oh, no.
I reach down,
Oh, no.
and I'm going up her leg,
Oh, no.
and all of a sudden I feel something." I was like, "What do you mean you feel something?" He was like, "I know the difference between that little piece of skin and something." And I mean, all of a sudden his French accent just went the fuck away. Like, he was speaking real. Like, he was speaking real. He's like, "I don't know what the fuck it was." And I just reached down there and something was in my hand. He said, "Bro, I tried to beat the fuck out of whoever that was in that room." I said, "Are you telling me she was a he?" He said, "Bro, I don't know." He said, "As soon as I felt something, I immediately sobered up and just reached my hand back. I was like, 'Bitch, what the?" And he's like, and we just started fighting. He said it had to have been, she couldn't have been a man, because at one point in time, she was piecing me up. Like, yeah, I said, "Come on, bro." And come to find out, I think she was I don't know the term back then to use, but I think this was kind of like before everything started becoming good to go.
Right.
And never saw it again, but that was a story. I mean, I think hopefully Frenchie won't see this, but it was pretty bad. Like, he went home with Roberta and woke up next to Robert. So it was bad. It was bad.
Wow. And all you guys were trying to get at it. So
That was the thing. That's how I know. That's how I know God is on my side, because I was trying my hardest. I went at her with every line I could. But when you at a club and it's dark, bro, like, it was dark up in the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everything that happens in dark comes to light.
See,
so I was like, "Thank you."
You could have been the lucky guy.
Bro, do you understand? Why do you think I'm telling you this story? Because I'm not the main character. I'm a supporting actor. You understand me? All right. The Green Mile was really about Tom Cruise. I'm John Coffey. Okay. I'm John Coffey.
There you go. Thought he was in Thailand. And for all you passport bros who went to Thailand, you might have got some surprises where you got over there too.
Yeah. They call it Bangkok for a reason.
Exactly.
You ain't never heard of bang pussy. It's Bangkok. So
you took the words right out. I was thinking the same thing as you said it.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's start to round this down. Doug, we want to give again. Thank you once again.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
So at this point, we'll
Yeah.
give you the floor.
Yes,
Promote whatever you
plug
want.
stuff, your
Plug in what
sites
you
or
want.
whatever, anything you want to put
Uncensored,
out there.
non-censored is up to you.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to thank the guys for bringing me on here. Like I said, I'm Doug Bennett, Mr. Perspective. I'm a DMV comedian. You can follow me on the Doug Bennett _01 on Instagram, or Doug P Bennett on Facebook, things like that. I'm on TikTok as well. So I just appreciate it, and just keep your eyes open for bigger and better things, because I know it's coming. You may see me on television one day. You may see me with a special. I mean, the sky is the limit. So I want to thank these brothers for this platform, and to my man Frenchie. They asked the story, bro. Sorry.
For real. Well, definitely let us know when you come back, if you're in the Jersey, New York area, because I know my wife and I, like I said, we love going to comedy clubs. We're just getting back into that, like I said, the empty nesting thing. So we love to go out. We love to laugh. Although interesting, some of my favorite comedians are not the ones that necessarily made me laugh. Like George Carlin never made me laugh.
They make you think.
They make you think. And so I'm just as entertained, because my mind's gotten, certainly changed in that process as well. But we love going to shows and whatnot. So I know we got Stress Factory in New Brunswick. That's the spot down here we like to go to. So definitely I'll be following you, and let me know. If you're going to be in the, like I said, in the tri-state, certainly my wife and I will definitely try to get to a show and support.
And also with me, I'm usually in your area once a year in DMV area. I have a lot of friends in Maryland, so I'll let you know next time. When summer comes around again, I'll be in the area, and we definitely have to catch up in person.
Cool, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sure. Well, again, we want to thank certainly everybody who's been a part of the conversation tonight. My man Anton, who's been lighting up the chat all night, certainly appreciate you. Guy Lost in Translation, always good when you come on through and stay for a while. I got JT in Detroit. Yes, your Lions won today against his Washington Commanders. So again, don't gloat again. But we want to appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. Certainly on the show. Again, make sure as you leave the show, make sure you hit the like button. Again, hop over to Sparta HQ Network. Hit the like button over there. Also, we're simulcasting there. Yes, because he put the helmet on, all the more. So yes, definitely go over and at least put a like in for the helmet. And certainly for myself, this Mr. Bennett, again, no relate as of yet. We'll do the DNA search and see if we find a match.
Yeah, for real, because I need to know how much longer I got hair.
It goes quickly, but certainly for myself, Mr. Bennett, and he is. You want to hit your spot? Sparta! The Ghost of Sparta, a.k.a. Peter, a.k.a. Panayotis. And this is Mr. Doug Bennett, a.k.a. Mr. Perspective. Follow him on Instagram, on Facebook. Actually, and he's got a YouTube page also. Look him up on YouTube. So, there's a lot of the spots I saw on YouTube as well. Again, he's trying to make an impact out here. Again, I love his perspective, and I love his grind, and I love your goals and your motives. All the blessings to you in the future, and definitely I look forward to meeting you in person at one of these spots locally. But for this has been the great area for this Sunday. For the rest of you, take care, enjoy your week, take care, God bless, and we will see you next time. Good night.